But let's talk about the book, The E-Myth. The E-Myth is, the E stands for entrepreneur. And I don't want to kind of spoil it too much and tell you about the myth, but I'll kind of allude to some of the myth in there and really why it's worth reading. I think if you have started a business, you know, what you might consider self-employed, just a sole individual, or you have more individuals, or you have some sort of enterprise, it's definitely worth having a read. I think if you are thinking of starting a business, it's definitely worth having a read. But one of the big takeaways I always had from the E-Myth is that many times when you start a business or go self-employed, you're essentially buying yourself a job or giving yourself a job. And often, if you're not there, your job is either not done entirely or not done, perhaps not done as well, or perhaps just not done as you like it to be done. And that may impact the money coming in, or just even your stress levels. So I think it's definitely worth a read to discover with that how the E-Myth suggests you could tackle that. But I'm going to tell you a little bit of what I drew from that and my experience in business and entrepreneurship, being self-employed, employing people, and building alternative organisations. What my big takeaway from that book might be, and it's that if you're successful at what you do and you're finding others aren't as successful, it's probably because of a very simple principle that they haven't lived your life. Let's think about it. They haven't been with you since birth, had your parents, grown up in the same class as you, gone to, you know, maybe you went to college, maybe you went to university. They haven't had your friend set. They haven't had the successes and the failures that you have had. They haven't spent the time doing precisely what you've been doing. They haven't got your brain. They haven't got your hands. Okay. So why would you expect that if you were to step out of your business, that people in your business would exactly replicate what you can do when you're in your business? So essentially you are in a way indispensable, whether it's just that if you stop doing your work, the work would stop. That's the worst kind, because yeah, being indispensable is probably the riskiest thing when you're self-employed. Great if you're in a job, not so great if you're employing yourself.